Star Wars Rebels has been telling us the story of how individual resistance movements throughout the galaxy joined forces to create a united rebel alliance against the Empire. Today we'll be talking about those separate rebel cells that have been mentioned in the Star Wars canon so far. We're going to start with the stars of Star Wars Rebels, the Spectres, also known as the Crew of the Ghost. They began operating on the Outer Rim planet Lothal. Made up of 5 people and a droid, they carried out small acts of dissent against the Empire that caught the attention of the secret rebel agent known as Fulcrum. Fulcrum was a codename used by several rebel informants throughout the years. Former Jedi Padawan Ahsoka Tano was the first to take up the name as she began working for Bail Organa of Alderaan. The Spectres took some of their missions from Ahsoka and became acquainted with both Bail and Leia Organa, although they were publicly still members of the Imperial Senate. The Spectres eventually found themselves in over their head and were rescued by Ahsoka, which led to their more official involvement with the growing rebellion. They joined Phoenix Squadron under the leadership of Commander Sato. They still operated around Lothal, but had a hidden base on the planet Atollon and worked with a number of other rebel cells. The Lothal resistance arose in the wake of the actions of the Spectres, made up of farmers and the former governor of the planet. Hera Syndulla, the leader of the Spectres, was the daughter of Cham Syndulla, who was himself the leader of the Free Ryloth movement. That cell arose from the freedom fighters that fought against the Separatist occupation during the Clone Wars. Cham and his people went so far as to attempt to assassinate Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine 5 years after the Clone Wars had ended. Cham could be rather single-minded in his beliefs, which led to friction between the Free Ryloth movement and Phoenix Squadron, but the Twi'leks were ultimately committed to making the galaxy better for all species. The Mandalorian Protectors were another cell originally only concerned with the well-being of their own people. In fact, they formed an alliance with the Empire until their leader, Finn Rau, was captured by Phoenix Squadron. Their allegiance changed to support the rebels until they were wiped out by the Mandalorian Imperial Supercommandos. I'm not sure we can consider the Protectors an official rebel cell, but I think they're worth mentioning, and it looks like Star Wars Rebels Season 4 will show us a number of other Mandalorians sympathetic to the rebellion under the leadership of Bo-Katan. Iron Squadron was a group of young resistance fighters that fought the Empire out of their YT-2400 freighter. They were an independent cell that operated around Maikapo. They were way out of their league, and once they realized that fact, they joined forces with Phoenix Squadron. Saw Gerrera's Partisans may have been the most notorious rebel cell in the galaxy. Led by the militant Saw Gerrera, who was trained in the art of guerrilla warfare by Anakin Skywalker during the Clone Wars, they were responsible for a number of terrorist attacks against the Empire and its citizens. They were much more willing to sacrifice the lives of innocent bystanders to send a message or deal a blow to their enemies. Shortly before the Emperor dissolved the Imperial Senate, Mon Mothma publicly denounced Palpatine, branding her a traitor. She was forced to go into hiding and was assisted by the pilots of Gold Squadron led by Dutch Vander. Phoenix Squadron also helped deliver her safely to Dantooine, where she rallied the various resistance groups of the galaxy to unite under one banner. The Empire tracked down Phoenix Squadron's base and destroyed a significant portion of their forces. The Spectres retreated to Yavin 4, where they joined the Massassi group led by General Jan Dodonna. It was one of the largest rebel cells in the Alliance and played a major part in the theft of the Death Star plans as well as the destruction of the station itself. While those are all the major rebel cells we know of so far, a number of minor ones have also been mentioned throughout rebel history. Green Squadron was seen escorting a transport until it was destroyed by TIE interceptors. It's currently unknown if that squadron was its own cell or part of a larger force. The Rogue One Rebel dossier mentions an underground resistance on the planet Commenor that worked briefly with Saw's Partisans. The Rada resistance was a very early movement led by Ahsoka only 1 year after the Clone Wars. A rebel cell on the planet Clonoid was shown in a comic in Star Wars Rebels magazine, and finally the same magazine shows a cell led by a Commander Raiden on the planet Imver. Those are all the cells we currently know of in Star Wars canon. More will certainly be revealed over time, possibly in Star Wars Rebels Season 4. If there's any interest, I might do a Legends version of this video at some point, but that list is far more extensive than this one, so it might take me some time. If there are any other comprehensive lists about Star Wars you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page by clicking on the links in the description. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.